Hello neighbors, today we're gonna do Kkoma Kimbap. Woohoo, woohoo. When you're making Kkoma Kimbap, which means little kid, you have to have little kid energy. Just for context, because we have a lot of new viewers, kimbap is like Korea's answer to Japanese sushi. We usually use cooked ingredients within inside kimbap. We don't use raw sashimi. The best thing about Kkoma, little kid kimbap, is its size. It's little. I'm gonna show you a classic way to make them. So there's a lot of colors, it's very appealing to the eyes. Oftentimes the Kkoma Kimbap is paired with this Mayak sauce. Again, we use the word Mayak when we're talking about something addictive. I'm gonna break down both ingredients today, and you just bring that kid energy. All right, that's all I ask. The rice, let's do 2 cups. We're making kimbap, so you definitely want to use short grain rice. And second cup, good. Rinse the rice, pour out the water, and you'll repeat until the water becomes clear. Just like when you're young, make a little tornado. All right, hold your pea. That should be good. Now, I always teach 1-to-1 ratio. 2 cups of rice should be 2 cups of water. But for kimbap, we don't want that rice to be too moist. So I'm gonna use 1 cup. And what does that look like? Maybe 3/4 cup. So 1 3/4 cup. And make sure to get the kids who are trying to skip class. Yes. All right, everybody in school. All right. Chiza, meaning to cook. Colors. All right, let's start with our veggies because this gives the color and that delicious taste. We'll start with the carrot, and I have a little tip for you. To get the width very small, use a peeler, just make shavings. Actually, we should cut this part off. Then proceed. Stack them up, and by the way, I ended up peeling 2 carrots instead of just 1. From time to time, we get like comments, hey, you need to sharpen your knife. So you know what? We just replaced it. Oh my goodness, look at those strands. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna lose a finger for sure. And then this is exactly what we're looking for, very thin strands. Just a little bit of oil, carrots in, move them around in the oil. We're gonna season with just a few pinches of salt, and then we're gonna stir fry them for maybe a minute, maybe a minute and a half. We just wanna get them soft, we don't want them to change colors. This is good, put this to the side. Up next to bat is our spinach. All right, I've already thoroughly washed these. I got 1 large handful here and then a large handful here. So 2 handfuls in total. Don't forget to wash your spinach. There's a lot of dirt in between. And once this is boiling, let's add in all the spinach. It's gonna go quick, guys. Get it into the water and we're gonna give it exactly 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds. Cool it down in the cold water. And then we're gonna squeeze out the water. You don't wanna bite into your Kkoma Kimbap and then have spinach water coming out. You know, when I was in elementary school, during Valentine's Day, I had this like little crush and I dropped a Hershey's chocolate kiss, the big one, on her desk. I was so nervous and I thought I had conveyed my thoughts. 30 seconds later, I heard footsteps coming and then the Hershey's chocolate went right back on my desk. It crushed my soul, just crushed the juices out of my soul. And then we can unravel the pieces. To this, we're gonna crush 1 clove of garlic, or roughly half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and then just a drizzle of sesame oil, maybe half a teaspoon's worth. Get all the flavors combined. I'm gonna give this a little taste. Perfect. All right, and then if you have a Korean mart nearby, I would recommend getting some omuk, which is the Korean fish cakes. Of course, this ingredient is optional. If you don't have it, just skip it. Take out 4 rectangle sheets. It fits in the size of your hand.
So hungry.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse me. Hands off the banchan. How is it?
맛있어.
It's good, huh? You can just eat that as banchan if you like. Whoa.
맛있어.
No girls allowed. Easy way, just fold them in half. Julienne them. Flame on, medium. Just a slight bit of oil. And while that's getting hot, we're gonna be using oligodang. Very similar to corn syrup. This one is made from vegetables. You can also use honey, but if you're gonna do a lot of Korean dishes, we do generally use oligodang. All right, mix it around. Then we're gonna season it with 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And then equal amounts, 1 tablespoon of the oligodang syrup. A small drizzle of sesame oil, maybe half a teaspoon, and then some sesame seeds. And then you end up with something like that. Give it a taste. Delicious. If you go to the Korean market, they usually sell these long strips of ham, which are meant for kimbap. Again, you can skip ham. You can make this vegetarian, no problem. We're gonna follow the lines. All right, don't color outside the lines. Instead of cutting it in half, I like for the ingredients to kind of look like they're spilling out, makes it look better. So I'm gonna cut around here. Flame back on, just stir fry this up. These have already been cooked through. So I'm going to just give this a light stir fry. Right, and then last but not least, we're going to have the Korean damunji. This is the pickled Korean radish meant for kimbap. Now for regular kimbap, you'll just use one of these, but for koma, we want to cut this in half and make them smaller. Again, today is all about small but thin layers. I'll just cut these guys in half first. All right, and then I'm gonna just give them one more cut. All right, perfect, perfect. All right, guys, and then we have some seaweed meant for kimbap. The seaweed for kimbap, it's been toasted, but it hasn't been layered in oil and sprinkled with salt. And we're gonna cut this in half. Why? Because these are full grown. And today we're doing what? Koma. That's right. And once more into equal. Right, and now let's get our rice. If you take a look, the rice is sticky, but it's not too wet. This is perfect for kimbap. I'm gonna just pour out all the rice into a bowl. I'm gonna spread this out just a little bit. A few pinches of salt, maybe 3 or 4 big pinches. A tablespoon of rice vinegar. You can grab a rice paddle and then you can pour it over that way. And then 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Mix it around and then I like a little bit of sesame seeds mixed in as well. Get it thoroughly mixed so that the oil and the vinegar is nicely mixed in. One note here, I scooped out all of the rice and this should be enough for 4 to 5 people. We're gonna make like 20 to 25 rolls. But if you just want enough rolls, maybe 10 for 2 people, I would scoop out only 2 cups from the rice cooker. And then for seasoning the rice, just use half of what I mentioned before. And importantly, just so this rice doesn't dry out, place a damp kitchen towel over the rice because it's gonna take some time to roll. The playground is complete and it's ready to have some fun, some recess time. By the way, Korean kimbap, we always brush a little bit of sesame oil at the end, along with a few sprinkles of sesame seeds, so get that ready. Kkoma Kim, we want the length running this way because we're gonna roll it like this. A little bit of our rice. If you put on some plastic gloves, it's much easier to move. The rice is around. Get it to the edges, it's fine. Let's put a layer of our carrots, and you can have it sticking out of the edge. Makes it look a lot nicer. 1 piece here, and another piece here. Put some spinach, our amuk piece, and our piece of ham. Then grab one side. It's very simple, just make it compact. And then you can just roll it like that. Very simple, right? We're gonna use our kimbap roller to make it compact. So, just make it tighter. Don't make it too tight or else it'll explode. And just go up like that. All right, I like to give it a little twirl like that. And then, woo! Beautiful, right? Get a little bit of our sesame oil very quickly. And then we give a little sprinkle of sesame seeds. And that, my friends, is Kkoma Kimbap. All you gotta do is just repeat a lot of times and you'll get a little pyramid. I'll do that soon. But let me show you the cross section here. Doesn't this remind you of the one at, what's it called?
Cute.
At 광장시장?
광장시장.
Yeah.
Wow.
You see that? All right, and that's the midsection. Beautiful, right? I haven't taught you the sauce yet. Let me show you that really quickly.
Can I just have this one by itself? You know, every time we transferred at Sadang,
사당 station.
yeah, Sadang station is one of the biggest like transfer subway spot. There's that bariwang kimbap too.
Yeah.
You know, in the
Yeah.
subway, it always tastes so good, and you see all these people like standing there eating it on the way back home. And this reminds me of that, but it tastes more fresh.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And better.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, Mayak sauce, very simple. 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of mirin, 1 tablespoon of the oligodang. Here you could use honey again if you'd like. 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I'm using rice vinegar. And then this hot mustard, yeonggyeoja. We use this from time to time in our recipes. This is gonna add a nice kick. Something like that. You may have had some trouble rolling regular kimbap. I sure did as well, but this Kkoma Kimbap is much easier. This one is ready too. Just bring it over. And then once it's rolled, roll it up. Wow. Wow. Voila! And all right, there it is. I have around 3, 6, 7 done. Now this should make around 20 rolls. So if you're making for a family of 4, 5 a piece. At the end, if you have some rice left over, that's totally fine. Here's what I do. 1 person serving in plastic bags. Place it in the freezer. And then next morning when you're hungry and you want some rice, you can just pop the frozen rice into a bowl and microwave for 2 minutes and you're good. And any of the leftover ingredients, just use for panchan. You can eat this with rice or just throw some of them into a stir fry. And neighbors, I forgot to show you to dip into the mayak sauce. I like this knife. It cuts so easily. Take a nice little dip. And that, my friends, is amazing. So good!
I wanna be in heaven too. Let me try. 이렇게 했어? 난 이렇게 찍어버려.
Wow. All right, neighbors, I hope you enjoyed that. That was Kkoma Kimbap. If you're an amateur at rolling the regular size kimbap, you'll have no problems rolling the little koma. Katie, that's rude. You gotta turn around and say something. She's finishing all the rolls. I'm getting antsy here because I wanna get in the action as well. See you guys.
Shall we make some ramen?
Yes.